Hello mirrors. So today I'm going to be doing a general reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the month of May. If you're new here, welcome to Law of Attractions and Mirrors Tarot, where we use the cards as a tool to help integrate the fragments of ourselves into one so we can self-actualize into the people we were born to become. With this knowledge, we can begin to manifest all of our deepest desires if we simply take responsibility for our power. If you're interested in a private reading, go ahead and look in the description box below and it will give you a little bit of information there on how to contact me for that. And let's get right into your reading, Aquarius, and see what kind of energy that you are bringing into the month of May. Okay, we have Five of Swords in the reverse, and we have... Okay, I wasn't planning on getting more than one more card. Okay. And then Four of Swords in the reverse. Interesting. So this is a type of awakening. And what you are waking up to is understanding that you don't need to manipulate the situation mentally or from a state of I want this and I need to get this no matter what. It's the wording that's popping in my head is I can have you and you can have I can have me. Okay, I can have you and I can have me, meaning that you can have what you want without having to sacrifice. Like basically an everyone is a winner type of situation. So this is a new form of awakening. This is a new thought pattern for you, and it is for many, many people. So understanding that there's not every situation is a win-lose situation. All right, that was very difficult for me to word. So let's see what else is going on, Aquarius. Oops. Eight of Cups. And Queen of Pentacles. So the reason that I feel like you are in this mindset is you're walking away from the emotions that tend to sway you from feeling like I need to win, say, an argument. Because, you know, when emotions get really heated, a lot of times people will say things that they don't actually mean just to get at the other person. And it's basically like, what can I do to win this argument? So this doesn't have to just be arguments. It could be anything where you are letting your emotions control you and not try to find a solution that is a win-win situation. With the Queen of Pentacles, this is a really good mix of the internal and the external energy. So you're starting to wake up to understanding if you can go within and be very calm, you can actually create a type of balance in the people around you and the life that you want. So that's what's going to be popping up in your reality in this month, Aquarius. So let's see what else. We have Four of Pentacles. Ooh, and Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so when you do go from these three cards where you're waking up, you're understanding that you don't need to let your emotions control you, and that when you don't let your emotions control you, you're able to find solutions that work on a really tangible level for all people involved. You're going to gain a sense of security, and you are going to have the power to start bringing in all of these things that maybe in the past you didn't think that you could have multiple things. But Ten of Pentacles is like, it's like your every aspect that of life in a tangible way in the physical world, being able to create it. So this could also have to do for with a type of job. Perhaps you're emotionally leaving a job that is not emotionally good for you, or a position, or even just a mindset, and moving into maybe a more a type of energy where you're in control. Like Queen of Pentacles is very like entrepreneur, but like a creative entrepreneur type business. And that's going to make you more secure and be able to actually be able to manifest and finance the life that you ultimately want. So this is the beginning of all of this, which is like really amazing, Aquarius. Let's see what else is going on. These 3 cards. Door to Spirit in the reverse. Door to Value. Interesting. Wow. Okay. And 6th chakra in the reverse. 6th chakra has been coming up a lot in these readings in May. So we go from Door to Spirit. It's in the reverse to Door to Value. So normally Door to Spirit I wouldn't take as such a positive card, but given the rest of these cards here, I see you taking something that you wanted, maybe you've thought about, I'm going to say you've thought about a lot because we have sword energy here. And now you're pulling it into the world and you're making it real. And not only that, it's going to be the thing that brings you financial gain, abundance, actual like fulfillment. And a lot of times when I think about money, I think about how that money can progress you in your spiritual goals. So Door to Spirit in the reverse here, I wouldn't take so much as being like, you're not in touch. It's more like you're ready to make this a reality. But here we have 6th chakra in the reverse. You need to be really honest about your belief systems. You need to be really honest about how you look at the world around you, how you view people, how you view yourself. If you're being too emotional, how that's actually affecting you in a really, really real way. Because when we, emotions are a compass, but when we let them completely take control, what we're doing is we're not honoring our willpower, our true willpower to be able to move in a situation that would actually, like, in a logical, rational, systematic way, get us to where we want to be. So in this month, really pay attention, Aquarius, to, the kind of untruths or half-truths or illusions that we have about ourselves, about other people, about money, about anything. It's a very all-encompassing type of energy. So let's see what else. This is a really great reading so far. We have boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? And since we have this right under Queen of Pentacles, yes, this is definitely about boundaries with other people, because as within, so without. So whatever you need to deal with internally is going to be reflected internally. But I see an even bigger need for you to establish boundaries within yourself so that you can be the best version of yourself. You don't come at people in an emotional way. You're able to make very real changes that bring you closer and closer every day to your goals. But in order to do that, you're going to have to be honest with yourself, extremely, maybe even brutally honest. I'm not saying beat yourself up, but I think we've all had those moments where we'll finally realize something and it seems so obvious. And we're like, how have we gone days, months, weeks, years at making ourselves believe this and tricking ourselves? Like it's so silly when you think about it, in whenever you're finally resonating and you're ready to take on that information. This is bringing that information to you, and purposefully. So you are honest about that, and then it just ends up feeling like this is what's true. This makes so much sense. This is what's been keeping me back. And this is, exactly the sense that I'm getting from this card. It's really interesting, the dichotomy of these two cards. So when you do get out of this this illusion, this that you're playing into, so perhaps you can even do stuff like third eye chakra meditations to just start opening it up. Also drink distilled water, or any water with fluoride removed, reverse osmosis. A normal filter is not going to do it. There's many ways that you can decalcify your pineal gland, which is what the sixth chakra is, and you'll be able to see these illusions and these lies that we tell ourselves much easier than if you were to not do that. And eating healthy in general does help get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. So in order to balance this out, because when you start breaking down those illusions, you can feel very floaty, but we have so much pinnacle energy here. So it's like you're ready to take care of these illusions, because you are ready to get in the real world and to change things. Like, you may be very sick of yourself and how your life has been showing up for so long, and you're at this point where you're ready to walk away. Not walk away in that you're ready to give up, but you're ready to walk away from those things that no longer serve you. So making sure that while you're doing this higher work, you're also doing more grounded work. So getting out in nature, making sure you're going out in the sun, that type of thing, and other like root chakra grounding exercises or techniques. And I was going to say exercise. Exercise can help a lot too. Eating vegetables, things of the earth, not so much processed foods. These are all things that can help get you grounded and have that balance. So when you do that, it's like the truth comes out naturally, and it will set you free and help you work on this life that you are so ready to build. So we have Story Keeper, tell your story, legacy, write to your wisdom, and it's in the reverse. So for some of you, this could be saying that you need to write stuff down. You need to be able to look in your past and see how these things have reflected, have come into your life, like how your life has led you up to where you are now, and gain that type of awareness. But I think for others, this is saying to think about your story, think about how far you've come, think about what things have led you to the point you are now in life, but meditate on it rather than writing it down, because we do have the sword energy in the reverse, so you don't want to overthink things. But if you can go from a creative space of imagining versus a mental space of overthinking, if that makes sense, like play it out in your head and see it and feel it, in order to start healing some of these things in the past that are affecting you today. So how can Aquarius heal themselves in May? What is the main thing Aquarius can focus on for self-healing in May? Pay attention to signs. So make sure that you're looking for signs and synchronicities. Look for, and when I say look, you don't want to sit there and look everywhere and get obsessive about it, but notice, appreciate. So if you notice like repeating numbers, like you keep seeing 333s everywhere, for example, when you do see that number, take it into yourself and express gratitude to the universe, to God, whatever you want, just to the higher power, that you're thankful that this sign has come to you. Same thing with synchronicities. When weird coincidences happen, there are really no such thing as coincidences. There are ways to point you to the direction that you need to pay attention to. So this really relates here to the sixth chakra coming back into balance, because if you continuously notice either numbers that can point to certain things to pay attention to, a lot of times when you see a number, whatever you were thinking about that is what's important, or whatever else is going on could be important. Sometimes we have different meanings for each number. It depends on what resonates with you at the time. But if you keep seeing someone's name, for example, that's something that your higher self is telling you to pay attention to, because that is what is important in all of this, and learning how to heal and change the mindset to be able to get this Ten of Pentacles energy that you are just so ready for. So let's see what's going on here with in the shadows. Aquarius in May. What is going on in Aquarius's shadow? I don't read this in the reverse. So revenge. I'm going to read this card because I've had this deck for like a year, and for some reason, I've never received this card. So let me go ahead and read what this says. The stage for this card is anger, which is really giving me these Five of Swords vibes. A complex magic glyph illuminates the ground as a pale woman dressed in black seems to surge from it. She has blood crimson eyes, a white flower garland, and 2 plain swords. Her wings are made of withered branches. So we have sword energy in that again. There is no white night, but there can be a black storm woven by fallen angels. What if there was a place where there is no more time for words? Getting out of the sword energy, guys. No more sense to bargain or negotiate. No more survival instincts to accept fear or ponder consequences. It's a place we can reach at the limit of our abuse, when the last spark of our dignity surging up as a powerful black flame. We cry, we hurt, and we strike to destroy. We destroy not for ourselves because we are gone. We destroy for the fairness of the world. We destroy because if there is no sweet justice, then there could at least be cruel revenge. We destroy for those who came earlier, for those who would have come later. We destroy, and as we destroy, we forsake ourselves. But there is no going back, because coming back from that requires much more than force. So, in a very literal sense, a lot of you guys could be holding on to anger and holding on to things from the past that are just making you very mad and very frustrated, and it's actually affecting how you're able to handle your day-to-day life. And for others, this could be about a righteous sense of destroying things that no longer serve you, getting out of a toxic relationship, getting out of a toxic job, getting out of a toxic habit that has been pushing you away from your own destiny. And sometimes we have to get really angry, okay? Because, like, say, for example, you've been smoking for, decades, and you're starting to see it take hold on your body. You're starting to realize how much that this thing can kill you. Just for example, getting actually mad to the point where you're ready to take action, that can be a very, very powerful tool. Now, don't stay in the anger. The anger can be used in a very righteous way in order to push us, but ultimately you're over here trying to get this Queen of Pentacles energy and a sense of security and a full life, and that's what you're working towards. So if you can use that anger to push you there, that's great. Then integrate it within yourself and move on. Okay, and we have fall in love when you are ready, not when you're lonely. So a lot of you could be getting out of a relationship, especially when I see Eight of Cups coming out, and revenge. You might be ready to move on from a toxic relationship that is no longer serving you. And, this is saying your next step is don't just fall in love because you're feeling lonely. Well, not so much fall in love, but just jumping back in because you're lonely. You need this time by yourself in order to grow and evolve, and then you're going to attract a much, much, much better partner. So a lot of you can be single and kind of aching for another person, but this is really like saying this month is for you to work on yourself. If you're already with someone, that's the sense I get from this as well. Work on yourself, and your partner will rise to meet you, if that makes sense. And if they don't, that's just more time for you to spend on yourself and working within yourself to make yourself a fuller person. Okay guys, so that's all I have. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I do post more videos such as this, and also law of attraction videos and pick a cards. Okay guys, I love you.